Time now for Reporters Roundtable to put the headlines in perspective. Bud and Ross both still with us. Ross, will start with you. In the Texas House, it's become really known for governing from the center, but that center majority did not hold when the Sanctuary Cities bill came up. How's this going to last?
Well, you know, there's a strategy in the House where you can say we're going to enforce our bill. We don't want any changes to it. Or you can come to the floor and say we're going to leave this to the will of the House. The Sanctuary Cities bill they left to the will of the House, and the House was a little bit more conservative than a lot of people expected it to be. I think you're going to see a lot of this. When things go to the floor, they're more conservative. When they don't go to the floor, maybe the moderates win.
So, Bud, what does this mean to votes on guns, vouchers, bathroom bill, et cetera?
Well, it's important that on this particular bill, the Democrats knew that they were probably going to lose one version or the other, so they pushed it to the extreme. They didn't settle for the more lenient, less punitive House substitute version. So the Democrats pushed to the extreme to have a rally to gain future political support. The Republicans took it back to the Freedom Caucus extreme, and so the middle just went away.
Speaking of Democrats and this issue, sticking with it for a moment here, Ross, Democrats now compare Texas to Arizona or California after Proposition 187 out there. Is that going to get any traction with the state party?
We'll see how this goes. This is a very tough Sanctuary Cities bill, and if the governor signs it, I would expect that they're going to be legal challenge, and I would expect that Democrats are going to throw bricks at it wherever they can. If they can turn it into a cause célèbre, then it could be that.
They're calling it a show us your papers bill. The fact is it's not Arizona. Arizona actually made it a crime to be in the country illegally. This doesn't do that. It's a little more like California, but California was much broader. But Texas is going to paint it that way. The Democrats are trying to turn Texas blue. The question is whether they have the leadership to do
Will
that.
this end up in court, Bud?
Everything about this will wind up in court, and cities will protest the fact that they're being ordered to obey federal orders. Cities will fight back against that.
Ross, let me ask you about an interesting point that Bud brought up. You know, we've seen all these marches since the November election, but still the projected turnout for this coming Saturday's election is still super low. Why are more people marching than voting?
I think a lot of people don't see voting as action in the same way that they see marches as action. You can measure it, you can tell them everything that you know about it. You know, voting actually changes government, marches don't. But marches feel more effective to people in some ways, and you know, they seem popular.
I think people are marching about what they see on television. What they see on television on Fox or MSNBC is national issues and national politics. They don't see anything about state or local news. That's why we try to bring it to them here on Inside Texas Politics.
And we appreciate that plug there too. Bud, Ross, thanks for being here. We appreciate it. Thank you for watching as well.